Hello twin flames and welcome to this reading. So we're going to do a pick-a-pile reading today using this beautiful Kabbalah, the Tree of Life Oracle deck that I used today in the daily twin flame reading. But we're going to take an in-depth look. So I'm going to go into the guidebook and we're going to go in detail. So I'm going to do a pick-a-pile about your divine masculine right now and what they are dealing with, you know, in their kind of heart and their head, what they're going through as we move into this Christmas period, because I really do feel it's important right now that we check in on that. So thank you for being here. And if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. So what do we need to know, please, angels, for pile 1? There we go. For pile number 2, what do we need to know for pile number 2? Pile number 2. And pile number 3. Now, the postman's just been as I'm doing this message. So, big sign about communication coming in. Big sign there. Pile number 3, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? There we go. Okay, so we've got 3 piles. Now, the way you're going to pick your pile, I'm going to pull an answer, okay? So, what do we need to know, please, for pile number 1? So, this is from Answers from Above. What do we need to know for pile number 2? What do we need to know for pile number 2 and for pile number 3? There we go. So I want you to think about your masculine right now and perhaps ask a question. And this is going to answer your question. So whichever answer you're guided to will be the pile for you. So pile 1, we've got a powerful healing occurs. So there's a healing going on within your connection. And it's a powerful one. And it's about to occur or it's healing now. We've got believe for pile number 2, okay? Believe, have faith, trust, and ask Archangel Raphael to heal you for pile 3. So very powerful because, again, a lot of healing energy going on here. We have to believe and heal to believe. So which message are you guided to? The answer to your question. Are you guided to 1, 2, or 3? So we're going to look at this in more detail. Let's do this then, okay? And it will all be timestamped below. Here we go, okay. So we're going to start then with pile 1. So a powerful healing occurs. So right now within your connection, there's a great healing, a powerful healing occurring. So that's what's going on within your connection to bring you together, to make it right, to allow it to happen in divine timing. It's healing. So whatever your question is, maybe you're thinking, are we going to be in union? When are we going to be in union? When's he going to contact me? A powerful healing is occurring right now. And the messages for your masculine, we've got thirst, and they thirst for you. They long for you. They desire you. They want you. And they thirst for the partnership. This is a number 2. And it's a red one. And I feel that's very much connected with passion and fire. You know, the thirsting for you. We've got the covering, and that's 14. And that's about angels protecting this new beginning. The covering. So the covering can be the illusion. This is just what's coming through intuitively. The illusion, you know, the face covering. So it could be connected with restrictions and the pandemic and what's going on. And, you know, from today, we now again have to wear face coverings in the UK. So, again, changes and removing layers. That's what I'm feeling with that one. We've got the cauldron, 11. And 11 is about, again, believing and having faith. It's about doors opening. They're giving me the Lionsgate portal until the 11:11 portal. All of these different times of opening doors. You know, we've got the 12:12 energy. We've got the winter solstice. We've got the Chinese New Year. So all these doorways or portals of opening. And the cauldron is about getting it right. You know, we put the ingredients into the cauldron and mix it up. Imagine if you make it a big soup. So all the ingredients are there. It's just bubbling away. It's waiting for, you know, the right time. It's waiting to be done. And we've got the number 14 and it says causality. Okay, so the angels are saying with this one, this is about this beginning coming in. It's protected. You've got the same numbers here. And this is saying, you know, perhaps your masculine sometimes wants things a bit casual. And you want a commitment. And you're thinking, I want something real right now. I want something, you know, powerful, and the healing is occurring to bring that in. So the angel's saying to you, it's happening at the right time. So let's look at this in more detail. So we've got thirst. So I have to find the card, so bear with me, okay? So if you're getting triggered by the fact that it's taken me a while to find things, or, you know, the momentum of this reading today, and the momentum of the twin flame reading too, it feels like it's slowing down. So if you feel like things are slowing down, it's so they can speed up again. So you're being asked to trust. So we've got thirst. And he says, what are you thirsty for? Well, your masculine is thirsty for you. And he's thirsty for a change. He's thirsty for a new beginning. And that's why there's a big healing occurring right now, so he can make these changes. He's thirsty for a fresh start. He says, can you acknowledge it and liberate that urge? So he's acknowledging this thirst. You know, he's acknowledging this need for you, this need to be with you. And he's asking himself, can I work on that urge? Can I actually, you know, do things about it? Can I make this happen now? Can I liberate that urge? So it's about making it happen. I want to make it happen. I don't want to just thirst for you. I want to be with you. And that's the energy coming through. Perhaps convention or even your view of yourself is holding you back. So this is reminding you it's the ego, the pride, that sometimes holds him back. The fear connected with illusion. Thinking he's going to be rejected, or you may not like the real him. So it's his own fears. So that's what's holding him back. He's saying what's holding me back is the way I'm viewing myself. So again, don't take it personally. There's a great healing occurring in your connection, so he can see himself in a different light. See himself in a different way. He's learning to love himself. So I feel within his life, he's lost all his confidence. And even if he comes across quite confident, or he acts that way, it's all an act, he feels like a shadow of himself. That could be connected with a karmic situation he's been in, or because he just hasn't been with you, the right one, all along. So he's dealing with insecurity. It says, we owe allegiance to life and must allow it to speak within us, whether we act on it or not. So, you know, we owe it to ourselves to be happy. We owe it to ourselves to go forward for our desires and to be with who we want to be with. And that's what he knows, and this is what he's currently dealing with. So he's doing a lot of deep thinking about this right now, because he knows he wants you, he's thirsty for you. But he's also in fear, and that's what's kind of holding him back. There may be other things going on. So he may also be dealing with his own situation if he's got children or he is with someone else. But this is about his own insecurity and finding himself, his spiritual purpose and path. It says a powerful desire. Well, that's absolutely what you are. You're a powerful desire to him. You're everything he wants. You know, that's what it says. An urgent need. So he urgently needs you, and he doesn't want you to give up either. Something in danger of dying off for lack of attention. So he's afraid that, you know, if he doesn't give you attention, you're going to disappear. You're going to be with someone else. He gets very angry about that and frustrated with himself about that too. It says, a demanding person, a drive that cannot be satisfied. So again, this is about releasing that pressure. You know, not needing it now. You know, maybe there's been some pressure or pushing before to be together. And, you know, that's what's also caused struggle and a healing in the connection, because what triggers heals. So you're learning as a divine feminine to release that demand or that need for it now, and to trust him to come to you at the exact right time, because he thirsts for you. He desires you. He wants you. We've got causality. Okay, so let's do this one next. So let me find it. Okay, let me find it. I don't know if these are actually in alphabetical order. I don't think they are. So I've just got to kind of go through and find it. Thank you, angels, for helping me to find it. Thank you for helping me to find it. I'm going to start at the back. There it is, straight away. The angel's saying it's at the back, Liz, and there it is. So the message is, it's not enough just to keep going. You need to examine why and how the situation has arisen. So the masculine is getting to the root of everything right now. why this situation has arisen, why he's in a mess, why he's treated you the way he has, why he's dealt with it the way he has. So he's dealing with it. It's like the angel's saying he's getting to the root of things right now. And as he's doing this, as he's going within and processing, it's protected. You know, that's why you've got the number 14, because the angels are protecting this and the new beginning that's coming in. So there's definitely a new beginning here. You know, he wants this. He wants to be with you, but he's processing it all. So he's asking himself all the questions. Why have I done this? Why have I behaved this way? Says this gives you a chance to master it rather than being driven by it. So again, he's got this urge for you and all of this desire, and he's trying to understand it, work it all out and take control of it. It's a lot like in The Nightmare Before Christmas when I was talking about Jack going to Christmas land. And he's trying to understand it, what this desire is, why he feels all of this, when he doesn't really understand it. So he's like, what's this? What's this? It's something very strange. And he's never felt this way before. He's never felt such an urge before or a need for someone this way before. So he's trying to work it all out. Okay? And he's trying to understand. He's trying to sniff it out. And that came through in that little cat message earlier. And that's why I put the music. What's this? What's this? It's something very strange. Because he's trying to understand how he feels for you. It says, take time to reflect upon and create the space to consider even where you are in the middle of activity. Perhaps it's time to shake off your old ideas. So he may be very busy right now as well, doing other things. Again, we've got this energy of Christmas time coming in. He may be busy at work. He may be doing things. He may be going over things in his head. But he needs time to work it all out in the midst of activity. You know, to shake off old ideas. So he needs to let go of the past, the way he's been brought up and things he's believed. He needs to let go of all of that to be able to give to you and be with you in the right way. So he's stepping away from the crowd. He's doing things differently. You know, he's seeing things from a different point of view. It says an explanation which reveals the truth of a situation. So he's finding the answers here. He's trying to understand the urge he has for you and this desire and the way he feels. He says, the root cause, thank you angels, that's exactly what I'm feeling. He's getting to the root of it. He's trying to understand it. It says a way forward. He's trying to find a way out or a way forward. Okay, a way out of his karmic situation, a way out of what he feels stuck in, a way forward to be with you, to contact you and spend his time with you, loving you and committing to you. It says study or philosophy or spiritual matters. So he could be researching the connection, you know, because it's a spiritual matter. He can't understand it from logic. He can't understand it from his rational mind. He has to move into his heart. And he knows it's a spiritual matter. This is like he's saying to you, I know that we are twin flames. I'm understanding this on a deep level. It says abstract design or calculation, forward planning, the reasons behind a decision. So he's forward planning, he's visualizing, and he's trying to work it out, the reasons behind the decision. He's trying to understand it all. So there's definitely a decision coming. And I feel that's walking away from where he is to be with you, and he's trying to understand it. So this is a good sign. So if he's quiet or distant right now, it's because he's understanding what he's doing. We've got the cauldron. And again, remember, this is the number 11, okay? The cauldron. So what do we need to know for the cauldron? This is a really beautiful deck, very powerful. Here we go. Again, I wasn't meant to use the guidebook in the daily reading, but definitely during this pick pile. So the cauldron, again, what I feel with this is, you know, he's getting all the ingredients right. You know, he doesn't want to mess it up. He doesn't want to hurt you, hurt himself, cause a world of pain. He wants to do it right. So right now he's putting all the ingredients into the cauldron so it can bubble up and be ready at the right time. It's a lot like when you're baking a cake and you put it in the oven, you have to wait for it to cook. So again, this is a lot about divine timing and trusting that the ingredients are going to be right. So it says, you have great resources at your disposal. So he's learning that he can change, that he has everything he needs to make the changes. You know, he has all the resources he needs. So he does have enough money. He does have, you know, the skill to start again and, you know, the confidence to too. But he's finding it. And there's a bird in the tree up there. So again, this is about messengers coming together. It just really fluttered there. And I feel this about the new year. It says, perhaps you will have... wow. Speak, thank you. Block throat chakra. It says, perhaps you will have to put aside your personal ambitions to use them. So again, what this is about is being able to speak his truth. He has so much within him he wants to do. Things he wants to create, ambitions. And right now, what I'm feeling with this is he's had to put aside his personal ambitions. He's put aside his own self because he's sacrificed his own happiness in a way, his own creativity. So with you, he can be himself. He can express himself. He doesn't have to be the actor. So he knows that. And he's working through all this fear. So he's thinking, wow, I've been putting my own life on hold. What for? So he's starting to do it right. Says, why hang on to your own notions? And it's like he's thinking. I'm connecting with him. He's thinking. He's working it all out. His own notions of how something must be done when you can tap into a source of wisdom like this. So he really is moving from logic into love. That's what he's doing. He's thinking, why have I always done it this way? You know, he's beating himself up. There's some frustration there and anger because he wants to change his life and he has all of this creativity inside of him and things he wants to do and things his higher self knows he needs to be doing, but he's been holding himself back. This is not the time for insisting on your individual approach. Use the beauty that you have been blessed with. So in other words, it's asking him, okay, whatever it's saying here, what the angels are telling me is he's been asked here to follow his heart, nor his head, to listen to the beauty within him, that magic that he feels when he's with you, that longing for you, that desire, and the need to do something beautiful, to follow his dreams and his heart because he hasn't been doing that. It says energy, dipping into history. So he's going over things, history. He's going over the past, the history of everything, the history of your connection, why it's made him feel this way, why he's done what he's done. And he's gaining more energy. So he's gaining energy to be able to make these changes. Trust in the healing powers of nature. A powerful healing occurs. So he's going outdoors in nature. And this is also about seeing the cycles change. You know, the cycles of nature. And nature just unfolds beautifully. So he knows he has to go with the flow of his life and change what needs to happen. He needs to let go of those leaves falling off the trees instead of being in fear and holding on to what he could lose. A deep source of love, well, that's you. He has this deep source of love. That's you and his connection with source. He feels it. He knows it. So why is he holding himself back? It says well-being, many blessings. So there's many blessings to come in his life if he only allows himself to go for what he wants. Because right now he's covering it all up. Okay, he's covering it all up. It's like he's hiding it all away. So we've got the covering. The covering. This is very powerful reading here for you. So all you've got to do really is just give him the time to work it out. You know, give him the time to understand, there it is, why he feels this way, why he's got all these urges for you. It says when you have set your course, which means he's planning. Okay, so he's planning right now, he's visualizing. When you have set your course, you can allow growth to take place. So the angels are saying, once he makes that decision, once he realizes that, yes, this is the way I'm going to do it, and this is him finding that solution and putting that plan in place, that's when his real growth, his spiritual growth, will really take place, because he'll finally be focusing on himself and you. If you have created the right conditions, it will flourish. So again, it has to be right. This is what I'm feeling with this cauldron. It has to be right. All the ingredients are going in there, but it has to be ready. It's like he's making it happen. Okay? And that's why you're being asked to have patience, so it will flourish. Tend to it with care and love it, it says love it will respond, but the same love. Once you give love, it will respond. So he needs to tend to this with care and with love so that it will respond, so it will take flight. And I feel that's a hidden blessing for you and a message for you, Divine Feminine, to respond with love, to realise what he's doing. He wants to be able to give love to you. He wants to be able to care for you and give to you and care for himself, but he's doing it right. It says, because everything in our world has its own kind of life. So you're going to have your own kind of life together. It may not be what you both expect, but it's going to be beautiful. You do not need to exert absolute control. Trust works wonders. So let go of control and trust. And that's what he's learning too. This is really your big lesson though, because you're learning to release control as it all falls into place and to trust the journey. But he's also learning to trust that he can do this. It's really about him learning to trust himself. It says a new beginning. Well, that's absolutely what's coming in. Conception, which is about birth. A seed begins to sprout. So this is the new beginning. This is what's coming in. Okay, the new year is bringing this in. Something is alive and growing, but its fixture is being sorted. Okay, its future is as yet unknown. So it's like all the fixtures and fittings are being prepared and put together to build this solid foundation. And the future may be unknown, and that can be a bit scary and fearful, but it's going to work out. It'll flourish at the right time. So there's a complex situation, but they give me complete. So it's a completion coming in. The need for trust and confidence, higher teachings. So this is all about his spiritual growth from the page into the king, into the emperor. So he's evolving. So he's saying to you, there's a powerful healing occurring right now in our connection because I am making it right. So he's getting to the root of everything. He's realising what this desire is and he's working it all out and he's making a plan of action. So the message for you is have confidence in the connection and trust in the love. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Wow. Pile 2. We've got believe. So I feel this is your divine masculine starting to believe in the love, to believe in himself, to believe in you, and to believe in miracles, to believe that this is possible and he does deserve this. And this is also what you're working on too. So if you've seen the number 1111 or 111, that's what believe is. So the messages, we're going to read them intuitively and then I'm going to go to the book, okay? So we've got the moment, wow, the moment. Have faith in the moment, you've got the number 3. So the moment is coming. Believe that your moment is coming, that your time is coming. And the way forward is to be in the now. So I feel like your twin is starting to be more aware of what's going on in the moment. And he's stopping stressing so much about the future. We've got the Passover. And this is 9 for spiritual awakening. But the Passover, obviously that's a very religious festival. But I'm feeling this is passing over, moving into the new, passing over the past. So he's passing over things, he's moving forward, he's making a way. So this is again about new beginning coming in. They just made me gnash my teeth together, decisions, new beginnings. We've got the flag. So he's paying attention to, you know, the things going on in his life. That could be the red flags, but what I'm seeing is the flag, waving the white flag. So this is him coming towards you with an apology to make it right. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He doesn't want to fight with himself anymore. He wants to make it right. And we've got the sign. And the 8 there is about infinity and abundance and eternal love. And the signs are guiding him. So I feel what this message is he's starting to believe because he's seen the signs. He's starting to believe because he's more in the now. And he's realising that he can move forward. That's what the Passover energy is showing here. When I'm picking up intuitively, he's ready to move on from the past and to pass over it, to be with you in the future. Very powerful. So let's see what the book says. So we've got the moment, okay? So let's find it. So we have to wait for the right moment, remember. We have to trust in divine timing. that it will all happen when it's meant to. And that moment is coming in because he's waving the white flag and he wants to be with you. So the moment says, living with the present rather than trying to project too far into the future is important to you now. So he's stopping stressing so much about the future. And I feel that's why he may have been held back before, because he's been thinking too much about the future. What does it all mean? Your expectations, being afraid of failing you if he doesn't do it right. So he's bringing himself back into the now. And that's also what you're doing too. So when I'm connecting with this energy, you're both mirroring each other because you're both believing now. And I feel that you've struggled with that before. You've had to come to terms with things and find the answers. So you're both more in the now than you've ever been. Maybe in the past you've struggled with that. You've worried about the past or took things personally or got triggered, or you've stressed over the future, the when. The when's the big one. When's it going to happen? When's he going to message me? When are we going to be together? But you're now coming back into the now because you're learning to trust. It says, you also need to pay close attention to what arises, because some kind of opportunity will come up which you will miss if you are not careful. So again, being in the now makes you aware of everything. And he's noticing the signs. So he's being guided by the signs. He knows that it's coming up, this perfect moment to be able to reach out to you, to be able to be with you and change his life. The signs are guiding him. And the signs are also guiding you too. So you're being reminded to be in the now, to pay attention to what's going on, so you don't miss out on what's meant for you. Not that you can, but I feel that's also what you're healing too. Am I going to miss my chance, or is it going to be too late? And you're both realising that this love is meant to be and it's not going anywhere. It says a brief spell of time. So again, time is illusion. So you're learning to let go of the timing issues of it and trusting in divine timing. An imminent event. So the angel's saying it's imminent. It's going to happen. It will happen, but you have to believe. So when I'm doing this message, when I'm reading this and connecting with your twin's energy, there's no doubt in my mind you're going to be together. Because it's meant to be. It's imminent. It's forever. You are eternal beings. A chance not to be missed. The masculine knows this. He knows if he misses out on you, he's going to regret it for the rest of his life. And that scares him more than anything. And he's afraid. He's afraid you're going to move on. He's afraid you're going to be with someone else. He doesn't want to miss the opportunity of spending his life loving you and being happy with you. A situation which is changing from moment to moment. So every moment it's changing. It's growing. It's getting better. So trust in that. The more you're in the now, the better things will be because you'll feel more at peace. A pattern of flux. And the same flow. Even though it says flux, flow. Flow. Go with the flow. It's a pattern. Living on the edge with excitement and uncertainty. So that's about the Fool in the tarot. Taking that leap of faith. Being excited about what's next, and even if it feels uncertain, you believe that the angels have got your back, that the universe is guiding you. So he's starting to get excited too about your future. He's starting to visualise it and manifest it and create it in his mind. And we've got the flag. The flag. So I feel he's dealing with the red flags in his life right now. That could be karmic situations, releasing of those. But he also wants to wave the white flag. He wants to come forward with an apology. So let's find the flag. What do we need to know? Here we go. So it's really powerful because I wasn't meant to use the guidebook until now. I wasn't meant to use it today in the daily twin flame reading, but I am now. It says, you are bound up in a cause or project which demands your allegiance. So I feel this could be the red flag. This could be the karmic situation. He could have kids. He could have a karmic partner. There could be a country in the way. There's something that he seems stuck in. Okay, and that's the red flag. That's what he's dealing with. It says this is a good way of focusing your energy and encouraging others to join you if need be. So what this message is saying is he's learning everything he can and he needs to in that situation. And he's also reminding you that you're learning from that situation too. You're both learning to believe and trust and have faith and break free. Says it's also a limiting factor requiring steady belief. Thank you, angels. I've got angel bumps. And commitment. So this limiting factor is what's keeping him stuck. So again, I feel that's a karmic situation. If for any reason there's no karmic situation, it's his own limiting beliefs that he needs to break through. And with the commitment from you and his own self, he's going to break through that limit. Okay, because limits are illusion. We're limitless beings, and this is a limitless universe. So he's learning to break free from past beliefs and the way he's thought, to change them to believe in miracles. And there's a lot of fear around that. And I feel he may also be dealing with fears around commitment. Even if he's married to someone else or he's living with someone else, he's still got commitment issues that he is healing. Says, you should consider whether it could confirm you too much in the long run or confine. They're giving me like confine. So confirm. It's like he's confirming to himself about this situation he's in. This isn't with you. This is what he's going through in his 3D world. He feels confined. He feels stuck. He feels trapped. So he's confirming to himself what he needs to change. You should consider if it could confine you too much in the long run. So in other words, he knows he doesn't want to be where he is long term. He knows that. He knows, he's confirming that to himself. He feels confined. He feels stuck. So he knows it's time for a change. So there's a mark of recognition. So this is a really powerful time for your masculine because he's realising all of this. You know, he's coming to the right conclusion. He's confirming things to himself. So this is powerful, divine feminine. It says social or political cause. So there's things in his 3D world that may be holding him back. So again, that could be his lifestyle, his karmic situation, his reputation. These are things he's dealing with right now. A question to do with nationality or cultural background. So again, it could be to do with where he's from, or his upbringing, or his religious beliefs, or his culture. And there could be differences in that way between you and him. And this is also what he's dealing with. So it's about what other people think. He's letting go of that trapped energy, that confinement. And he's confirming to himself that that's their problem, not his. Okay? That's their issue, not his. He doesn't care. He wants you anyway. It says a badge of office. So a badge of office. So he could be a police officer. He could be in the military. He could have a standing in society in some way. A badge of office. It says the need to focus objectively and a declaration. Well, I feel the declaration is being able to wave the white flag and apologise to you and come to you. And he's realising this now. He needs to focus. He needs to understand what's more important to him. Is it that badge of honour that he seems to have made in the world, or is it being with you? And the declaration is how he feels about you. He wants to show you his love. We've got the sign. So he's starting to believe because he's seen all the signs. You know, he's seen all the signs, he's understanding. For someone watching, they're also giving me sign language. So you may know what that means. But they're giving me as well body language. So he's giving you body language. So I feel for some of you, you know, he may be, if he's a speaker, if he's got some high-powered job, if he's out there in the social world, he may be giving you signs through body language too. Remember, body language is a big one. You know, if he's talking to you and he's like this, he's defensive. You know, if he's with his karmic partner and he's like this, or he's standoff, his feet are pointed the wrong way. Remember, you have to read between the lines of what's going on. And that's what you're being guided to know. So we've got the sign. It's very exciting, this reading, and beautiful messages coming through. It's quite exciting for me to tap into their energy because I can feel the shifts and changes coming in that they're going through. It's magical. So it says, look for a sign. Well, that's what he's done. I feel he's even been asking the universe without even realising it. Give me a sign. Am I meant to leave this situation? Okay, is this person the one for me? You know, he's asking all these questions and he's looking for a sign. You cannot make the decision without reference to external powers or people. So he's realising he can't do it on his own. He needs help from heaven. He needs help from outside. That could be advice from others. That could be your light, which I'm really feeling. So that's the sign. You know, like how the 3 wise men followed the North Star and that was their sign. He's following your light. So this is about you shining your light, and that's allowing him to believe. However, when you have the indication that you need, it will still be you who takes the decision. So he can have all the advice, all the wise counsel, all the support, but he has to be the one to make the decision. And that's a big message for you, Divine Feminine, to trust him to find his way. That he has to be the one to come to you. He has to be the one to be with you. You know, he has to be the one to wave this white flag and come to you. So you can try and, you know, make it happen, but he has to be the one to take control. That's his lesson. It says an unexpected event or appearance. So I feel he's going to come to you. You know, he's going to appear at a very unexpected moment. It says an omen to take note of. So, you know, he's noticing all these things going on. An omen is like a prediction. He's seeing the signs. He's realizing things on a deep level. You know, he's having a preview of things. He may be having prophetic dreams right now. He may be having sleepless nights because he knows he has to make a decision. A significant occurrence. So something's happening, or something has happened, or something will happen that's going to bring in give me the word bake, okay? Maybe a bake sale. It could be something to do with a bakery. This is what they're giving me. Could be something to do with when he's baking something around the Christmas period, or something's been baked, which means something's been created. But a significant occurrence is going to be a big awakening. So he's going to have an aha moment soon, or he's had one that's helping him to believe. Symbols, divination, a key word or phrase, a declaration. So again, a declaration. This big sign here about, you know, he's asking for a sign to reach out to you. He's going to contact you. This is about communication coming in and him declaring his love for you and how he feels. And he's asking for signs. But he's also receiving signs through symbols, maybe through divination. So he could even have had a reading or, you know, looked into that. He's researching things. A keyword or phrase. So he overhears something in a conversation, or he sees something on social media. It's all reminding him of you. So the big messages, and you know this because you're receiving all the signs too. You're mirroring each other. But he is receiving all these signs. That now's the time to get his bum in gear and make a decision for your love. And we've got the Passover. Powerful. The Passover. Let's find this one then. The Passover. So again, it takes time. It's in divine timing, you know. It's about trusting the journey. So let's find this one. And I said in part 1, you know, if you get triggered by the time it's taken for me to find the message, you're being reminded to let go of the when. You know, to trust when it will be. The Passover. Very powerful. Let me find it. Okay, I'm struggling to find this one. Let me look a bit deeper. Okay. Thank you, angels, for helping me to find it. So let's go back. I think that's it there. We've got the points. This is a really beautiful deck as well. Yeah, this is why they're making it happen this way, because you're releasing the when. You know, you're releasing the when. When's it going to happen? What's going to happen? All these things. Let's see. The Passover. I'm determined to find it. I've got every single one but this one coming up. Where is it? And it would be a lot easier if they numbered the deck or numbered the book. Here it is, you know, so that you can find it easier. But, you know, it may take him a while to get there. But he'll get there, okay? Have patience. It says a spiritual issue is arising for you. Well, that certainly is, because it's a spiritual issue. We're moving towards 2022 with the white stack. This is the promise of mission. It's a spiritual issue. He knows he's not happy where he is, doing what he's always done, because he needs to be working on his spiritual beliefs. It could concern the belief you were brought up in or your cultural background. So he's releasing the way he's been brought up, his beliefs from society and his culture and everything he's come to know and believe is true and right. He's breaking away from that right now. He's finding his own way. You may need to find a way to keep faith with the essence of that which also embracing a new understanding and a wider perspective on the world. So he's changing the way he's seen his life. He's changing the way his life is. He wants to lead a different life. He wants to be with you and, focus on new things and exciting endeavours. So again, you're being asked here to raise up and rise up, and keep your vibration high. To see things from a higher perspective, to try and understand why he's going through what he's going through. The need to be careful. So he needs to do it in his own way. He needs to be careful. So again, if he's hiding you from everything, if he's being distant or silent, or, he's kind of keeping you out of his own life, he's trying to be careful. He doesn't want to upset people or hurt anyone unintentionally. If he's with a karmic partner or he's got children, or, he's trying to do it the right way. It's not that he's trying to keep you a secret or, keep you at arm's length. He's trying to do it right. He's trying to be careful. Danger from your enemies. So there could be people around him who can hurt him. Now that could be the karmic partner. They may have something on him. They may be threatening him in some way. But he's got people around him who are either jealous of him, or people who don't want him to be happy in some way. People who are trying to keep him away from you, or, because they want him where he is, or there's enemies around him. So you're being asked to be compassionate and have faith, because he's doing it the right way. He's being careful. It says, keep your own counsel unless you are sure of the person you are speaking to. So he's not really talking to other people. He's trying to work it all out himself. He may be researching things, but he's trying to do it himself. And, he may be talking to you because he trusts you. So if he has confided in you, see that as a really beautiful thing, because he doesn't confide in everyone. He doesn't like sharing his life. He's a very private kind of person. George is a very private person like that. It says, to the person you were speaking to, gratitude, giving thanks for safe passage. So he's actually talking to heaven right now about safe passage out of where he is. Or this could even be safe passage to you, which could be travelling to you to make it happen. This could be what you've been praying for, safe passage, to bring him to you in a safe way that's going to, benefit everyone. It says protecting yourself and others. So he feels like if he's kept himself away from you, he's been trying to protect you, protect himself and protect others. He hasn't wanted to stay away from you. He knows that this is real. All you have to do is believe and have faith and, pray for safe passage, because the way's been made and he's doing it the right way. He's finding it, he's doing it all in the right way. He's definitely going to bring this white flag to you. And the signs are there. Be in the moment and trust the journey to believe it, because he's making the changes in the right way at the required time. I hope that helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Wow. Pile 3. So we've got ask Archangel Raphael to heal you. So there could be something going on right now with you or with him that's physical or emotional or spiritual. Something that's affecting, the way you're seeing the connection or the way you feel about the connection. Or there could be a physical illness or a disease that's being healed right now. So there's a lot of healing energy. So you're being asked to ask Archangel Raphael to bring a healing in, so that it will bring it all together at the right time. And anything you've been going through, anything that's pained you or caused you aggro or stress or drama, call on Archangel Raphael to bring in peace. So I'm going to read the cards intuitively, and then I'm going to bring the book in. So the first one we've got is the surgeon. The surgeon. So he could be a surgeon. Okay, that may resonate with someone, a doctor of some kind. But I feel he's becoming the surgeon of his life. That means he's looking a lot closer at his life right now. He's dissecting parts of it. He knows he needs to change things. He knows he needs to cut things out. And I feel that this could also be cutting things out of what he's doing physically. So he could be eating healthier, or he needs to, cutting out alcohol or an addiction of some kind, or something he does. But he knows he needs to cut things away. He knows, like surgeons cut things away, cut things out to make things healthy again. That's what he needs to do. He needs to cut things out of his physical world. We've got number 6, which is the physical reality. He needs to cut things out of his physical world to be healthier. And I feel you know that. You know, you pick up on that every day. And that could be his karmic life. It's dragging him down. It's making him unhealthy. Maybe he looks unhealthy, or he's acting unhealthy, or he's doing unhealthy things. But he knows he has to change his lifestyle or change something in his life and cut it out of his life to be able to be happy and healthy. And he knows that you are the outcome of that. We've also got the tempter, the blocking throat chakra. So he gets very tempted with you. 13 is about luck being on your side. So realise that right now the luck is on your side because he's tempted by you. He sees you as a temptress or a tempter, someone who's tempting him to make these changes. He knows he's tempted by you. This is his kind of passion and desire for you. You're very seductive to him. He's very attracted to you. He's in love with you. He wants you. So he's tempted by you. And we've got applause. So the blocking throat chakra. So again, there's these blocks in communication because of what he's going through. So the applause could be he's very well known. You know, people applaud him in his life, in his 3D world. I feel this whole message here is about something that's going on in his 3D life that he needs help with from Archangel Raphael to heal because he's cutting it out. Okay, and it's going to feel very physical. So for some of you, it could be he's dealing with a physical illness or a physical thing. For some of you, it's something he's going through in his physical world, like a karmic situation. I do feel there's some form of public recognition here with the applause. You know, he could be a celebrity, he could be well known in society because he's even though he may get, you know, they give me fanfare, the word's fanfare, so he could have fans too. And that's not always a celebrity status. That could be, he could be a YouTuber, he could be a gamer. You know, whatever he's doing out there, he gets applause for it. He gets recognition publicly for it. But it also brings him down. So, you know, he's thinking, okay, well, I've got to let go of all of these things. I've got to cut certain things out of my life. And the angels are also applauding him for realising that certain things don't serve him. You know, things that once did serve him in his physical reality no longer do. They're just causing him physical distress or harm or, you know, dis-ease. So he knows what he needs to do and he's very tempted by it, changing his life. But he does get very tempted by this applause and, you know, his lifestyle too. He gets dragged into it. And, you know, it's like a whole new world to him. So he gets very tempted by what the applause and the kind of, you know, people giving him praise and all the fanfare and all these things. He gets very tempted by that. So it's like he's in a bit of a catch-22 situation. You know, he's got you there and he's got this lifestyle here. And he's got to, it's not even like he's got to choose because you'll always come first when he chooses himself. But he's weighing the balance. He's trying to work it all out to understand where he's going in his life. So he's got big life changes to make. So first of all, let's do the surgeon. So the surgeon, okay? The surgeon, let me find it, the surgeon. Here we go. Very powerful. Love reading this book. I wasn't meant to do it with the book and the daily twin flame reading, but definitely here and now. So he says you need to choose what to let go of. Well, that's absolutely what I'm feeling. He needs to choose. So it's a decision that he has to make. Too much of anything, even love, can be a burden if its energy is not felt back into circulation again or fed back. You know, so there has to be this kind of circle of giving and receiving. And what I feel is too much of anything could be this applause. You know, this people saying, oh, he's amazing, or, you know, giving in a different way. What he wants is an unconditional love. That's what he's got from you. And people around him seem to want something from him. That's what's coming through. And that's what he's struggling with. It's a burden, you know, to be able to keep up with it all. You may also be asked to diagnose the problems or blockages in someone else's work or life. So he may also be, you know, a counsellor, or, you know, he deals with blockages. He could be a plumber, thank you. There's all these different things to show me about his job or his physical reality. And it's all showing him what he needs to change. Okay, so he's coming up to a conclusion of his own life. You know, people could be telling him their problems, or he could see problems around him. And he's realising through what's going on around him, what's really going on within him. Keep their well-being in mind and take away only as much as is necessary. So he's thinking about you too. He's thinking about your well-being. He's thinking about the well-being of others. He doesn't want to take from others either. He's a very giving person. And that gets him in trouble sometimes in his own life, because people then expect too much. And I feel you've mirrored that too. The need to cut back. So he needs to cut back on something here. You know, that could be the time he's spending working, or the time he's spending giving, or the time, you know, they're telling me as well he does charity work. So someone's masculine does charity work out there. He's giving. And he's getting all this kind of recognition and needs to be giving back to himself. It's like it's not real. What's real is you. He says, someone that must be out of your life, or who cuts you out of theirs. So again, karmic endings. You know, so he must cut out this person. You know, he must be away from that person. Maybe he's cut you out of his life. He's blocked you or he's ghosted you while he deals with his situation. Or maybe you've blocked or ghosted him. Okay, but I feel this is more about him releasing a situation. An area of neglect that needs attention. Well, he's been neglecting you. He's even been neglecting himself. So he needs to give that attention right now. He says, badges, streamline programming, counselling and consultations to work on trouble spots. Wow. So streamline programming. So I definitely feel someone's masculine here is a streamer. Okay. And badges. So again, badges of honour. You know, it's like recognition in the world. Whatever he's going through, he needs to work out where the trouble spots are. It says decluttering. So he needs to declutter his world. He needs to change things. Medical operation and job losses. So again, there could be some kind of thing he's going through physically, an operation. He could be losing his job. He may have to lose his job or his status to be happy for his own well-being. It says freedom after unnecessary burdens have been removed. So he will find his freedom, and that will always lead to you. But he's got so many burdens and responsibilities and all the applause and everything he's got going on. He knows he needs to change. It's going to take a little bit of time. So you've been asked to have faith here. It will be so worth it for you. We've got the tempter. Well, I feel that he's tempted by things in his physical world. He gets very turned on by you, and he gets very turned on by his lifestyle and things going on around him. You know, and this is also what I'm feeling is, you know, if he's played around before, if he's had numerous partners, or, you know, he's had perhaps an addiction to, you know, intimacy or anything like that, he's releasing all of this, okay? And I don't feel that will resonate with everyone, but maybe one person it will. But he's releasing what needs to go, okay? The tempter. The tempter. Let's find this one. He definitely is tempted by you. You know, he sees you, whether it's on social media or, you know, in real life or in person or in a picture, whatever it is, he's very tempted by you. That desire is there, that hunger, that kind of thirst for you. So it says, are you the tempter or are you being tempted? Okay, so he gets tempted. So again, he's got this ego that's kind of like connected with the devil energy, which is obsession and need and want, you know, an addiction and jealousy. So he's got all these things in him. There is also healing. If you are primarily the tempter, are you willing to take responsibility when those tempted follow the course you are suggesting? So, you know, this is, I feel he's tempted by you and he's tempted by others. Okay, but if that message resonates with you, take it. It says, you will have to do that unless you are very sure that they will take full responsibility themselves. So I feel what the message there is, he's the one who has to take responsibility. He's the one who has to take control. Whoever is in his life right now is not going to let him go. So he has to be the one to let them go. He has to be the one to cut it out. If you were the one being tempted, and I feel he is, look beyond the immediate benefits to the long-term implications when the desire or the lustre has worn off the prize that you were there to win. So again, that's about his karmic world. That's what I'm feeling. He's tempted by his karmic world, but he needs to leave that all behind to be free and to be with you, living his truth on his spiritual mission. So he's got big, big changes to leave, especially if he's a celebrity or he's got a big social status or following. It says, a person of influence and persuasion. That's who he is. I feel he's got influence in his life. He's got persuasion. You know, it's like if a celebrity puts a post on Twitter, everybody agrees with it. So in other words, he can say things and people agree with him. So he's got all this influence. People applaud him. He could be a political guy. There's some form of recognition he's receiving in his physical world. And, you know, even if he's just a normal day-to-day guy, it could be he's got a huge following on Facebook or it's something like that. Read between the lines. A moral decision to be made. So he has to make the right decision. It's for his own morals, for his own worth. The promise of something special, well, that's you. That's union with you. That's a new life with you, the promise. So again, if you're seeing the stag, that's why. But it needs to be examined carefully. So again, he has to do it right. He's examining it carefully. Someone unscrupulous, a prize, a gift, a god, and that's what they're saying, a god that could be yours. Okay, and it says a goal that could be yours, but they give me the word God. So he could even be seen as a god. You know, that will make sense for anyone who's masculine is a celebrity here. You know, they see him as a god. They, woo, you know, applause and all that. So, you know, he knows that you're a prize and you're a gift and you're the goal. So this is really about having faith that he's going to make that change because he's too tempted by you not to. And his 3D world won't last. Okay, it's illusion. We've got applause. So I feel this is from your point of view. You know, be very proud of him right now because he's going through a lot. You know, a hell of a lot, they're saying, to make this change. And, you know, think about what he's got to let go of and move away from. So, you know, the applause from you is to be grateful, to celebrate him. And to think, wow, I'm so proud of you for what you've done and how far you've come. So this is about your unconditional love and gratitude. So the applause, but I definitely feel this is connected with his 3D world. It's very powerful reading this. So the applause, there we go. The applause. So the message says, and then what I'm doing is I'm reading the interpretation, you know, not the rest of it, but it says you are seeking recognition. Okay, so he does seek recognition because that's part of his life. This may hold you back unless you are also given some recognition generously by others. So what I feel with this is he's holding himself back because of all this recognition. He knows he has to change his life. So again, it's a repetitive message here. But recognition that you receive for a particular situation will only come your way once. Well, that's you. Okay? He'll only receive you one time here in this lifetime and he has to man up. You know, he's afraid of losing you. He doesn't want to lose you just for the sake of his lifestyle. If you try to get it repeated, you may block your own path. So now's the time. Now's the time. He's been blocking his own path, whether he's blocked you or, you know, shut you out in any way. But he's, you know, he knows what he needs to do. It's hard. You know, it's like I'm struggling to get the words out and speak because it's such a big change. When you have received recognition, move on. So it's time for him to, it's like he's waiting for a certain point to be able to move on. You know, that could be he's done a certain job or a film or, you know, a song or something he's doing like a speech, or he's waiting until he's done that so he can move on. So if there's something big going on in his life, it will be after that, okay? And like a big project or a goal. And do not blame others for a lack of response. So the angel's saying to you, don't blame him right now if he's not responding to you or, you know, if he's not coming to you because he's dealing with all of this, okay? It says applause can constantly be expected but never compelled. So again, he's realising that they're only loving him in the now. You know, they may not love him tomorrow. So again, he's dealing with all of this. This is getting into his brain right now with the way he's seen it. It says, praise for a job well done, the end of a task. So I'm really feeling that he's going to complete a task. And that's going to be it. He's going to move on then. Now, for some of the masculines, that could be Christmas. But I'm feeling this in his job or in his society, whatever he's doing, a big project he's working on or something. He's going to do that and then he's going to move on. Recognition from others, conceit, confirmation or approval from outside sources, performance, the need for assessment. So he's putting on a performance right now. He's putting on an act. You know, could be an actor in some way. So the big message is Archangel Raphael is here to heal, to bring healing energy in for you and for him and to heal the situation. So what he needs right now is your light, your love, and most importantly, your compassion, because he's going to make the saying a hell of a change. And he's going to do that because you're more important than all of that applause and all of that recognition, because you are the one. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.